of the bank have done their speeches about Bitcoin over the last few years, there's been a kind of standard conclusion, which is, don't look necessarily at Bitcoin, but the distributed ledger technology, that is interesting. That's something we're looking at. You said you've pursued it a bit. You're not sure it's ready yet. Is that one of those things that we sort of exaggerate the importance in the short run and then really miss the importance in the long run, that it's just going to be a 10, 20-year thing that transforms the financial system?
I think that you have to keep open that possibility without question. And so part of what I was saying there and part of our attitude is always think about the end user. Think about the person in the pub or the business managing their supply chain. What are they trying to get from this new technology? Or what problem is it trying to solve?
What problem is it trying to solve? Welcome back to another video. Thank you for joining me. That's the former Bank of England Governor, Mark Carney, talking about cryptocurrencies. You have to ask yourself about the end user and what problem do they solve. Here in a minute, I want you to listen carefully to what he has to say about the effect of regulation on these cryptocurrencies.
How can the existing system adapt, even radically adapt, in order to provide it? In parallel, be all over the technology and expect that it's going to innovate, particularly if it's brought into the regulatory net, because the standards all of a sudden go way up and it has to innovate, and be aware that it can be moved.
If it's brought into the regulatory environment, it has to innovate. Guys, hundreds of banks use RippleNet settlement software right now, but that doesn't use XRP. The reason they don't use XRP is because there is no regulatory clarity, and that's just too much liability for them. Like the governor of Bank of England says, Mark Carney, in the future, after this lawsuit, when there is regulatory clarity, these banks will be forced to innovate. And I'm not speculating here. Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, has openly said at the Swell conference a few weeks ago that Bank of America is on the sidelines waiting to use XRP. Why are they waiting to use XRP? Well, look at this right here. Fed officials warn of the U.S. debt default. They say it would be catastrophic. They compare it to the 2011 conundrum. Janet Yellen just this past week said that a U.S. debt default would be a catastrophe. Guys, maybe this is what they want. Catastrophe, bring down the old system so they have an excuse, a reason to bring in the new system. But speaking of Bank of America being ready to use on-demand liquidity, look at what the CEO of Bank of America, Brian Moynihan, said. Hope is not a strategy. As he noted, the bank has already started to prepare for the possibility of a default by shoring up liquidity. It's a liquidity crisis. And this is coming from the same CEO of the same bank that has openly said they're ready to use on-demand liquidity. Can you see the connections here, or am I just making a reach? Before we get into some more stuff, guys, we give away $10 in XRP every day on the channel. Winner in the video description below. To enter the giveaway, like the video, subscribe with notifications on, and comment anything in the YouTube comments below. Moving forward, let's start off on a bullish note. If you guys use Twitter, also check out my Twitter in the video description below, DrippyXRP. Tweet out a lot of stuff about XRP on there. Even if you don't believe in XRP, you will use CBDCs in your lifetime. CBDCs will run on XRP, in my opinion. And we are invested in what money needs in order to work. Ripple is the only blockchain company that's been around for 12 years and is operating and working a robust private CBDC ledger. Central banks don't want to use a public blockchain. They don't want that transparency for the public. It would make sense why they'd use a private CBDC ledger. Check out what the Bureau of Consumer Finance is mentioning about XRP. They're talking about innovation and using payments to increase standardization. They say the Bureau also believes that expanded adoption of Swift's GPI product or Ripple's suite of products could similarly allow banks and credit unions to know the exact final amount of the recipient's remittance transfers. Guys, if you like these kind of videos where I bring you official documents and I don't speculate, smash that like button. And to everyone that keeps saying I sound like Bearable Bull, I'm sorry our voices sound similar and I get a passionate tone when I talk about this stuff because it does excite me. But I bring you the news first, so if you want the XRP news daily, breaking news, before these other YouTubers deliver it, definitely subscribe and hit that like button to support. This came out last night at dinner time. The SEC were hearing rumors that they would like to get rid of staking crypto in the US. Crypto staking, if you don't know much about it, is similar to a bank savings account. You put your money into a protocol or an account, you earn yield. He goes on to say something that is very parallel to the Ripple lawsuit, and I agree. We need to make sure that new technologies are encouraged to grow in the US and not stifled by lack of clear rules. When it comes to financial services and Web3, it's a matter of national security, these capabilities be built out in the US. And it's really irrational and illogical. When you think about the US dollar losing global economic dominance, it's been backed by Saudi Arabian petroleum for the past few decades. And now in the past month or two, we've seen Saudi Arabia is accepting other currencies. It's clear the dollar is on its way out. So why are we not fostering innovation with blockchain companies that bring innovative solutions to these problems that we're having? Makes no sense. Regulation by enforcement does not work. It encourages companies to operate offshore, which is what happened with FTX. And who did they turn a blind eye to? FTX. Really doesn't make any sense to me. And look at what former Ripple employee Bob Way has to say about an insane XRP valuation. I've talked about this before, but we're in cryptocurrency for the gains. So it's kind of exciting to speculate on this stuff. Keyword speculate. Here's a quote. He says, several people left fancy jobs and joined Ripple. Because I paraphrase, if we even capture a minor fraction of the international payments market, do you know what the value of XRP will need to be to support that? Do the math. It's a really big global trade number divided by 100 billion XRP tokens. These sort of conversations always buoyed my spirits and made me smile, but they also gave me anxiety and made me remember that my job was to make sure not to F it all up. Goldman Sachs executives, JP Morgan executives, Federal Reserve executives, central bank executives, the 43rd treasurer of the United States who worked for the president. All these people have gone to Ripple. Why do you think they're going to Ripple? Because it's a shell company, meme coin, trash project? Yeah, all those executives would go to Ripple if it was a trash project. No, they see the potential in it. And if XRP only gets 10%, here we have ChatGPT. We're asking them, what's the total global cross-border payment volume? And they said it amounted, according to the World Bank, over 30 trillion in 2020. So what is 10% of 30 trillion? Let's just have some fun here. 10% of 30 trillion is 3 trillion. Only if we capture 10% of the global trade market share, which is, I'd say, a low estimate. That's a $30 XRP price. Now, before we get too excited, this is just speculation, but I have a question for y'all. At what price of XRP would you be fulfilled and start taking profits? Comment your answer below. Guys, not much is free, let alone money, but you can get $40 for free, guaranteed. Sign up with Webull, deposit a penny. You could get up to $3,000 in free stocks. Now, typically you'll just get 40 to 300 bucks, but it's a great offer just for signing up, depositing a penny, guaranteed $40 in minimum stock value. Sell the stocks, close your account, withdraw your money, do whatever you want, but don't miss out on this great offer. It does end soon. And guys, I have a Patreon now where I offer different tiers to support me. I do weekly live streams, call-in shows, one-on-one consultations with me. So if you like my content and want to get more involved, check out the Patreon in the video description below. And guys, XRP trade volume is absolutely exploding. At late January, we saw about $1 billion in 24 hours on XRP trading volume. Now we're at amounts of 2.25 billion. So people are surging around XRP because they see what's going on with the lawsuit, and people are starting to think we're going to win this lawsuit. And in the past 24 hours alone, the last day of January, or not the last day, week, the past 24 hours alone, whales have moved over 400 million XRP. Just like what I was saying, this volume, this price action, people are looking at XRP because they know what a true cryptocurrency is, and it's one that's scalable, fast, and cheap, just like what Satoshi envisioned. If you guys made it to the end of the video, comment Satoshi in the comment section below. That is the inventor of Bitcoin, the guy that started this whole cryptocurrency thing. So even though we like XRP, we got to give credits to the OG who started it all. Thanks for watching the full video. It helps a lot. Comment Satoshi on my real supporters. God bless you all. Until next time.